Greetings, everyone, and welcome. November the 4th, 2025. Pokrovsk, the battle for it between Ukraine and Russia and Mirnograd is the biggest story on the front line of Ukraine. I was digging in today, especially after President Zelenskyy has went to the front in that area, was talking to Prof, and we decided we need to dig into this. So we're co-oping on this on both channels. So Prof.
I was about to do a special on Pokrovsk, and then you said, "Wait a minute, did you see this?" And I was like, "Ooh, let's talk about it," because yeah, and you're going to appreciate seeing what you're about to see.
Yes, one of the things that we both try to do, and others on YouTube that support Ukraine, we do our very best to tell you the truth. And I do have some video footage in that just brings questions to me that I think the world needs to see, and we can look at it, and I think it will also help you understand what's happening in Pokrovsk.
That
Before,
and Zelensky's showing up. I mean, that's pretty powerful, especially like especially in light of what just happened, where Putin was just saying, "Hey, let's have this ceasefire," and and then Zelensky's like, "Well, you can show up, and,
yes,
and we'll see what happens."
you caught it. That was excellent because he was just kind of joking with Putin. If you come to Pokrovsk, you know what'll happen. And
Mhm.
Zelenskyy himself, and I will show you guys, there's no operational security. President Zelenskyy released this information himself, but he went to the front somewhere in that area. Okay. Somewhere in that area. And he was visiting with First Corps Azov Command, and this is outside of Pokrovsk, very close, very dangerous. So kudos to President Zelenskyy. I do have a couple of clips, Prof, that I think the world needs to see before we dig in to Pokrovsk itself, where you can
Mhm.
actually see the humanity of Zelenskyy. But in addition to that, I discovered a little bonus piece that has to do
Mhm.
with the Azovstal siege in 2022. So get ready, guys. Buckle your seatbelts. Let's start with video number one. And this is President Zelenskyy in that area. Thank you to the warriors of Ukraine. Thank you for your daily service, for protecting the lives of our entire nation. First, I would like to take this moment to honor the memory of our fallen. Thanks to all of those who have given their lives and those who fight on. Let's honor them with a moment of silence. Thank you. I wish all of you great health. All right, guys. So there you go. You go right inside. I've been in bunkers like that many times, and you're traveling with the president right now. Zelensky's statement was met with our warriors at the command post of the First Corps of the National Guard of Ukraine, Azov, which together with adjacent units is defending the Dobropilia direction. So in that area where I put the blue line. Now, the second video, he's meeting with
Well,
Azov. Yeah,
before you go on to that, let's talk about it.
go
So,
ahead.
it was powerful. It's symbolic. Like, as a leader, he's come, I don't know how many, 100, 200 kilometers closer than Putin ever got. Like, I mean, to where the front line is. Like, there's no comparison here between what Putin,
Putin went to
claimed
Kursk.
that he was. What?
But no,
Yeah.
listen,
How close in Kursk was he, though? I mean,
true.
seriously. Yeah. So
Where
it go ahead.
where Zelensky is, I've been, and
Mhm.
it's extremely dangerous. Extremely.
Yeah. I got to think that they're still within FPV drone reach if he's not really careful.
Without question.
Or yeah. So just showing up is half the battle. Saying what he said was on target. I saw the berets and the what looked like airborne
Mhm.
something. So he's talking to some higher caliber soldiers here. But all these things are adding up in a significant way. Like, look, I mean, this is impressive that Zelensky has the guts to be able to do that sort of thing. So
He
that's
has
all. I
to.
just wanted to get those
There's
kind of
so
things out.
much he has to, and he does. I mean, he
Mhm.
doesn't have to, but he really does because there's so much pressure globally on him still. Today, I
Mhm.
don't know if you saw it or not, but there's pictures of him in Tehran, Iran, um, beside Saddam Hussein and Muammar Gaddafi, putting him in the same group. I'm probably going to release a video on that later. It's ridiculous what Zelensky has to fight against and try to lead his nation in a war. Now, here's the
Mhm.
second clip we're going to go to. If that one moved you and you thought there was some high rankers, now you're going to see him with somebody special. You guys watch the video and then I'll confirm it for you. Here we go. I am here personally to honor you, our brave soldiers. Thank you for defending Ukraine and our territorial integrity, for serving in such a critical area. This is our country. This is our Eastern Ukraine, and I wish you good health. Please take care of yourselves. And absolutely, may you have victories over the enemy each and every day. Glory to Ukraine. Right there. I'm going to pause the video 1 second. Everybody look at that face. That's a legend. Now there's Yermak, Siersky, the person I told you to watch. He's sitting there to the right of Zelensky now, right there. Of course, that's First Corps Azov now. And guys, if you're wondering who we're talking about, it's right here. It is Denis Prokopenko. If you remember the famous pictures from Azovstal, it was him and Volin, and they're reporting they're sieged. He was then taken away as a prisoner to Turkey, and this is what he looked like to the right when he returned home. He is still fighting and commanding and leading. So pretty interesting character statement about Denis
Yeah, no,
Prokopenko.
that's hardcore. I mean,
I'm telling you,
undoubtedly
man.
so. Hardcore the first time, let alone the second. Like,
I
yeah.
was I was watching that video and translating it, and I said, "That's Prokopenko." I knew he was fighting, but I didn't know where he was, of course. And it's like, "Oh, there's Prokopenko," and it's really a good story. So for those of you that have been supporting and watching Prof since the beginning, or myself since the beginning, when we were talking about Azovstal, there
Mhm.
is Denis Prokopenko still fighting. It's really an incredible story. Now, let's go to Pokrovsk and zoom right in because it's what we're focused on before we get to one little Putin video. But you guys can see here, and I'm going to show you, Prof, several maps um, of this. Let me do that first, and then we're going to go to a video clip off of a Russian drone that raises just observations from myself.
Mhm.
And I'll
Yep.
see if you have similar observations. So let's go to this. And I'm going to start with deep state. So, deep state map is typically the most conservative. They're required to be, but they're showing the the gray zone at the closest about 3.42 kilometers.
Yeah, that's not a lot.
So if we leave that gray zone there, when you come down here to Suki Yar and you're in Mirnograd proper, or this Novopavlivka, you know, how do you get out?
Mhm.
And that's a lot of the questions that are being raised right now. And
Particularly
reminder,
with the drone cover, right? I mean, it's not like you just have that wide open space. You're there. I mean, if you're an FPV drone operator in Russia, be guarding that like a hawk,
okay, so
right?
absolutely. And we can confirm 100% that both Russian and Ukrainian drones cover all of this pocket. It's all
Mhm.
covered. It makes, I mean, it's more like a grid. I mean, it's just drones everywhere. So this operation in the sky. So this is deep state. Now let's take it to a different map. And this is the Institute for the Study of War. They're even showing this to be a little closer.
Yep.
And this is more of what I'm hearing right now, which is about 1.5 kilometers right here. Everything else. Now, the gold on Institute for the Study of War means Russia confirming their positions, and ISW has enough information to at least make it gold. Red is confirmed. So that even makes it look a little bit more difficult. This leads me to the video clip that I want to share with you guys. Prof, what I have done, this is not the best quality footage. This is from a Russian drone, and it is basically providing aerial reconnaissance for Russian soldiers that are moving on the ground. As we watch the video, you're going to see a circle where I mark a grain silo, and then you're going to see some arrows where I mark a circle, a highway circle, and a gas station. So pay attention to that. Then I'm going to confirm for everybody where exactly that spot is. Third thing to watch out for is how much devastation and destruction there is. Here it is. So the grain silos circled in the red. Zooming into the intersection, the circle in the highway, and the gas station. Okay, everybody just remember that. Just look at the destruction, guys. Everything's just destroyed. Now, look closely under the gas station. You see soldiers walking through. They're pulling gear with them. They're going under the gas station and just walking open and freely in this section. There they are coming out from the gas station, dragging equipment with them. Okay, so that's what we have. Now, let me take you here, and now I'm on Google Earth, and I'm going to show you what we're looking at. Just for your reference, this is Pokrovsk. This is Mirnograd. Where were these soldiers at? Right there. Okay. Now we'll go in and take a look. I'm going to zoom in. So this is the very northeast quadrant of Pokrovsk. Beautiful. This is the silos I told you to pay attention to. This is the circle in the road. And this is the gas station. Okay. So we've identified that location. I'll come in a little closer for everybody now. And this is much easier to see. The circle in the road. And this was where they were walking.
So the question that comes to your mind is where the drone coverage through this, or is it just so my mind immediately goes to, well, that's not necessarily where I want to have the drones, because I want to have the drones in the hottest place of the battle, and that doesn't seem like it.
So no, and I want now people to see, and then we'll go back in. It's right here. That's what we're looking at. This is Pokrovsk. This is southern Pokrovsk, northern Pokrovsk, western Pokrovsk, eastern Pokrovsk. This is the village of Rivny, which connects Pokrovsk and Mirnograd. And these guys are walking right there. So we try to tell you the absolute truth.
So what does this mean to you?
What does this mean to you? That means to me that Russia has operational security there. It's coming from both Ukrainian analysts I follow and Russian analysts that I read after, that I don't believe everything they say, but I take all the information, put it together.
Mhm.
They're not running from building to building. They are
Yeah.
openly walking in that quadrant with observational drone watching them, meaning they're comfortable enough to do that. They're even dragging equipment. They're going to get a
Mhm.
position somewhere.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing. So,
So it could be one of a number of things.
mhm,
One, Russia just so controls it that it doesn't matter. Two, they're stupid, right? I mean, that
which is
that could be it.
possible.
Three, those drones are just occupied elsewhere. And there could be a fourth option. I just don't even know what it would be, but it seems like a bad sign that these guys are these Russians are just walking in the open in
Let
this
me
way. I mean,
let me do one more thing before we go to the Putin video. Let me put it on an overlay for you with the map. So if I go to the Institute of Study of War,
mhm,
and we've looked at this one, I'm going to move us to another mapping I follow as well. I follow all of them, but this one typically runs. This is, I think, AMK, and typically runs parallel pretty much with ISW. So you can see right here. Let me move the spider web. Right here is the grain silo,
yeah.
and right there is the gas station. So
So that's
this is
into Ukrainian held territory clearly as far as we understood.
as
So
far as the map.
that's a bad sign.
That's the point.
Yeah.
The bottom line is it's very difficult area, but those cats are walking out in the open, so they're either suicidal or don't care or some degree of comfort. So that's what we're
Yeah.
at, and that's the real story of Pokrovsk today. Now
Yeah.
we wait and see. Earlier today, I covered Vladimir Putin. I know that you're talking about it as well.
Mhm.
Um, this evening, he made his speech, and I want to close for myself um, this out with you here because it's unbelievable what he just said. And we were getting ready to record, and I said, "Hang on one second, I need to translate this. You're not going to believe
Yeah.
it." Um, all that destruction you just saw on the drone from Pokrovsk, that's just one little sample. Just remember, Putin says, we threaten no one.
Friends, our country is not threatening anyone. Like any other nuclear power, Russia is developing its nuclear potential, advancing its strategic potential. All of the things that we are talking about today are the results of work that has been announced years ago. All of the plans to create these new promising weapon systems and develop our military sector, to provide our army with modern equipment and modern weaponry are underway as planned. I'm talking about providing the troops with the avant-garde system or the serial production of the Oreshnik missile system. We have equipped our intercontinental ballistic missiles used on our submarines with systems to overcome the adversaries' anti-air systems. And in fact, soon the heavy intercontinental Sarmat missile will be put into service.
But we threaten nobody.
Yeah. Yeah, it just seems something just seems off when you have to say that much about it. Like somebody who has to talk about how much smarter they are than you. And I've seen these guys, these kind of people, right? Like when they
Mhm.
have to do that, they're not that smart. When you have to pretend like you're like compared to, oh, you're so much prettier or whatever the attribute is, you're not that attribute, right? You're not that strong. I think it was McFowle, who talked about in a little clip that I saw, and I didn't use this, but he talked about Putin's not strong, he's aggressive. I
Mhm.
thought, oh, yeah, that's right. That's a great way of
I think
explaining
that's
it.
very accurate.
So So
And you're talking
the
about
we're
Michael
we're
McFaul?
saber rattling and saber yeah,
Mhm.
the former ambassador to
Yeah.
Russia. We're saber rattling and saber rattling and saber rattling, but we want peace. Yeah.
My personal
Okay.
opinion is I completely agree with you. I think some of those statements there are a response to the United States confirming that we're going to be doing some testing. So
Mhm.
you're
Yeah,
going to
well, we are.
have, yes. So you're going to have the tit for tat conversation. And in addition to that, it's already been confirmed out of the White House and out of the Kremlin that
Mhm.
there are no talks or potential times for talks between Trump and Putin anytime soon because they don't really have anything to agree on right now.
Mhm.
So instead of coming together and trying to figure out something as um, leaders of the U.S. and Russia, and I'm not minimizing Ukraine here, but everybody's made so much about Trump and Putin talking
Yeah.
right now. That's off the table, and instead of that,
Well,
we're
they're
talking about
communicating, they're
testing.
just not communicating directly.
That's
This is how they're
correct. This
communicating.
is the
That's what it
communication.
amounts to.
So. Well, I
Well,
hope this was beneficial for you guys. If you're a subscriber on my channel and you haven't subscribed to Prof, please do so or
and
flip it around,
vice
do the
versa.
same.
If
Yeah,
you're on
vice
my
versa.
channel, go see Greg Terry Experience so that you can see context. Both of us are going to do our level best to bring you this, but we'll come from different perspectives
Hmm.
slightly, and you triangulate on the facts.
Yeah. The bottom line is on this one, we needed to take 20 minutes and focus on Pokrovsk. It's the big story everybody's talking about. And
Yep.
now you guys, I think, have a fair and realistic view. We'll see what unfolds. Thank you for being here. Be blessed.